Hi. Hey, Gabe. Gabe, you're a little late. Here you go.
Well, Greenie, the moderator, if you listen to the other shows, you would know that I have to
Oh
wait
my
for the
God.
cuckoo clock here. I have to wait for the cuckoo clock to finish, so I'm not opening the show to a loud ass bird chirping in the background.
Oh, okay.
So I'm never
Hi.
late. I'm exactly on time. By the way, every single person that I know would tell you that that's a crock of shit. I am always late. But we are here for Jester Gooning 101 with Greenie Boy WX. Welcome to the show, everybody. I like the blurred background.
Yeah,
We got the,
my
we got the
wall's a
same
little too
hats on too. Look
artistic.
at that. We're hat twins. I love the folks in our chat, by the way. You guys are always the best. If you actually take a look in chat, you see all the blue names. We've got Weaponized Anxiety, we've got Grace, we've got Radar Shark. All of them are people who were just regulars that were always in the chat talking. And we were like, well, if we're gonna promote people to moderator, it should probably be people who are always hanging out in the server. And Greenie, you were the very first person that we took a chance on because you actually won the leaderboard, I believe, on month one for being in the
Yeah,
server for the most amount of time, sending the most messages. And we were
I
like, you
have
know
no
what?
like.
Yeah, we were like, well, you know what? We like if we're gonna bring someone to become a moderator, it should be someone who's in here all the time. And Greenie seems like a nice enough fellow, so plus, we didn't want to have to send you a hat every single month for being one of the top placers on the leaderboard. So we figured if we made you a mod, we could skip that.
Good idea. I'm gonna teach everybody how to. Are you guys ready to learn how to chase linear garbage in the Northeast?
I was
It'd
telling
be
my
so
brother
fire.
before. I was telling my brother who does the recording for these shows about a couple hours ago that I was actually more excited for this show than anyone so far because this is like my natural element, like that just chaos. Listen, there's a different timeline, a different path I could have chose where I would have been one of those annoying podcasters like Logan Paul or something, just doing crazy shit on air every single day, talking about nothing in particular. So whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I'll let each individual decide. But really happy to be here. And yeah, Grace, if you want to pop up here for a second and say hi,
Oh no.
welcome Greenie to his first staff spotlight. And then we'll yeet you back into the audience. Grace said that's not what I meant. She meant to torment Greenie. Yeah, so we're going to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. If you have any questions for Greenie, Northeast Slop is his forte or fort, depending on who you ask. And before we do take questions, I want to remind people that the office hours questions channel is where you'll want to place those. If you put them in the chat, I'll try to see them, but the chat can move so fast sometimes, it's impossible for me to catch them all. And Greenie, if you maybe wanted to get started with telling folks how it is you actually got into severe weather, because we're all a little bit weird, we're all a little bit demented, those of us who have chosen this as our hobby. So, when did you know that this was going to be the thing that was going to consume most of your time?
I saw a funny movie called Twister at the age of like 3. And then I was just like, yeah, this is cool. I want to do this.
Now, 3 years old, did that give you nightmares? Did it make you
No.
excited? Like little kid, big emotions. What was going through your mind then?
Oh, it was basically like, oh, this is cool. I want to do things like this. I would like to put a giant trash can in front of a tornado for
A giant
data,
trash can
even
in
though
front
that
of a
wasn't
tornado.
realistic. Even though it's not
also
realistic.
known also known as the live streams here on Storm Chaser Coaching's Discord server. Okay, we got Joshua Metz. Is that ALA or AIA? I think that's an L. I'm looking at the little tail there. Says, this is my first time sitting in on the chat. Hello, everybody. You picked a wild time to set in, my friend. So
Yeah, this is probably gonna be like the most unhinged one.
That's a lot of pressure on you, Greenie. Staff Spotlight is his first opportunity to hang out here on the live stream with everybody. All
Yeah.
right. JG Wentworth, A7877 Cash Now wants to know, why are you such a chud?
I mean, he's basically talking about someone else in the server. I won't name that person, though everyone in here probably knows who I'm talking about.
It's one of those questions where you ask somebody, "Why do you beat your wife?" There's just no good way to answer it. Why why are you a chud? Like, it was this guy
Great
says
start.
Perez WX. It's got the Steven
Oh,
Cross.
hi, Steven.
Had to throw a deep fried Steven into the chat. Alan says they were watching Into the Eye of the Storm and it was brilliant. B, I know that you're in the chat right now. Is that what you were streaming in the watch party we had the other night? Really good on you, by the way, for throwing
No,
that
I am
down.
not the guy named Cameron with a PhD. I'm not that
Yeah,
smart.
Cameron. No Cameron Nixon's here, unfortunately, at this moment. Greenie, I'm pretty sure you know more about severe weather and meteorology than I do.
Probably, maybe. I don't know.
Probably.
Don't ask me questions that are too deep because I probably won't be able to answer them.
All right, so Greenie, let's go ahead and dive in deep to some northeast slop strategy.
Ooh.
When you do eventually get out there to chase, what is it that you're looking for? Either terrain, topographic, what are the setups usually like by the time they make their way out to that area of the country? Because obviously, generally, they'll start off coming over the Rocky Mountains and then they have to evolve into whatever slop fest they become once they actually make it out to your neck of the woods.
Yeah, first thing I look for is where the main area of my brain just went blank. Oh. Basically where my target. That's the first thing I'm gonna look at. Where's the best environment? Where's the highest probability of storms that will take advantage of that environment? Then I'll look at the terrain. Usually I like chasing places that have good terrain because that's not really common where I'm at. Fortunately, there's a lot of trees, and when you get up north in like New England, it's Dixie but worse. Because you actually have like full on mountains. Usually southeast Pennsylvania or Delmarva. That's usually where I like to go because it's has the best concentration of no trees and fields, and also decent road network.
I was like yesterday years old when I found out what Delmarva means.
That's shocking.
I thought it was like actually some like ancient Indian tribal name or some shit, like the Delmarva tribe on the coastal plain of New Jersey or something. But no, it's just Delaware, Maryland, Virginia.
Yep.
A lot simpler than that. Yeah, I
Yeah,
got some people who
it's
didn't know, so it
extremely.
wasn't just me. Got a lot of people who don't know what that means. There we go.
I mean, to be
It's like
fair,
the
a lot of these people are probably from further west. They're not experienced northeast slop chasers like I am.
it's like the Arklatex region. That one's a little more obvious. Arklatex. I don't know why, because you kind of associate that area with severe weather.
Yeah, you're from
Perez
Southwest
WX says they're
Pennsylvania.
from Southwest Pennsylvania. They didn't know that, man. All right, we're
Ew.
look at that. We're already educating people, Greenie. This is excellent. This-
I'm sorry you're
Obviously,
from that region.
obviously, Steven had to come in and be an absolute jerk, but I'm going to ask you the question anyways, so feel free to decline. Steven
Oh,
asks, how does Baroclinic Vorticity along the RFD compensate for weak 0 to 1 kilometer SRH during tornado genesis and cyclic supercells?
I want to curse at Steven like really bad right now.
How about we ask Steven how 5'6" chaser manlet compensates for no, just anyways, moving along. All right. Jen, our moderator, asks, what kind of question is that? It's the kind of question I would expect sanest Northeast Chaser to throw at people.
True.
All right. By the way, I don't know if Steven is 5'6" or not. That was just a guesstimate based on the pictures that I've seen. He may actually be like 6'4", and I was just completely off in my estimation. So apologies, Steven, if you're actually just like an NBA basketball player. Leo Marhaha says, your mom and Van Halen are dangling over a cliff. You can only save one. Who do
Van
you
Halen.
choose? Really?
I'm just kidding. I choose my mom.
You choose your mom? Okay, but is it close? I was gonna say,
A little bit.
for what it's worth, I'd choose your mom too.
You ass.
All right. Nomadland asks, where did you go to college?
I don't. I don't have a
We're in
life.
good. Listen, we're in good shape here, Greenie. I didn't go to college either. Here's the funny thing, right? They're making a joke about that. You and I are the ones that are on stage right now with them listening to us, and we didn't go to college. So what does that
True.
say? What does that say?
College is useless, guys. Never go to college. Trust.
And Mother B, my girlfriend and the COO of Storm Chaser Coaching, also your direct supervisor
Maybe.
in the social media department. She's coming in here asking a legitimate question, trying to give you a break from all the roasting. She wants to know, what was your first chase, Greenie?
Funny enough, it was an actual like pretty good day. It was April 1st, 2023, probably like the most volatile environment New Jersey has seen in like years. Like you had like 1,500 joules per kilogram, but on top of that, you had like 600 storm relative helicity. And yeah, funny enough is that the most significant tornado didn't happen there though. It was in Delaware. But yeah, everything happened to my north and south. I got nothing because I had no clue what I was doing. Yeah, it turns out chasing like just east of Philadelphia sucks.
So when you first started out, were you just like an SPC chaser, or how did you come into
Basically,
it?
yeah. I didn't even know what the SVC outlook was. I'm not even gonna lie. I was just like, oh, we got the tornado watch. I barely knew how to read radar, and I was just like, "Yo, let's go chasing." And my friend was like, "Yeah," and yeah, it went as good as you'd expect from that description. Glad to say
I
that I've
remember back in
improved
the
greatly
day
since then.
when I first started. I remember I used to spurg out to the Torcon on the Weather Channel. That was like when I was like in middle school and early high school and stuff. Before I learned like a damn thing, I didn't even know what a hook echo was. I would see the Torcon, man, and like once that thing started getting up there into the deeper shades of red, I would just be running around telling everybody, calling friends and family members. Like I had no idea, but it was something, man. So we've come a long way.
Yeah, thankfully, thanks to one of my friends. His name is Zarl. You've probably seen him around one or two times. He's not very active, but he basically taught me how to use forecast models and read soundings and whatnot. Steven knows who I'm talking about.
B chiming in and she says, my first chase with Gabriel, we almost died that day in the RFD. Okay, we did not almost die. It was the most over dramatic thing, but she had never really she's also from the same area as you. She's from just north of Boston. So even I think that's even
I'm
further north
sorry.
than where yeah, yeah. So she's even further north than where you are. So she's not really like obviously when it comes to snow, those people can drive with like 2 feet of snow on the ground like it's absolutely nothing. They've got their own, specialized skills when it comes to weather, but severe storms with, 70-mile-per-hour RFD and torrential downpours, not something they experience a whole lot out there. So I actually, the first chase I ever took her on was the Bass Field or whatever outbreak day down in Dixie.
Oh, did you
And
chase
yeah,
Dixie
that
or were you?
no, I chased Dixie that day. I was
Oh,
somewhat on the Bassfield storm, but there was no visibility, so I didn't actually see anything. I mean, I saw, like, rotating clouds where the
yeah, I'm with
tornado
Jen.
should
Why the
be.
hell did you start with that? That's like the worst chase to start with, bro. You're in the middle of Dixie on a moderate risk. Storms are like booking it at 60 miles per hour.
Yeah, to be clear, it wasn't my first chase, it was her first chase of us going together. But yeah, point taken. I probably shouldn't have made that her first foray into storm chasing. And so, in any case, there was a storm where we were situated in the notch waiting for this somewhat grungy, potentially tornadic looking storm to pass by. And the base field storm was just starting to fire up about 45 to 60 minutes to our south. And it was pretty clear, just the fact that it had unimpeded access to all the environmental ingredients, that it was going to be the storm that popped off. And I was like, we got to get down there to this storm. You know, this stuff up here is like slop that's interacting with the MCS, and it's all kind of just getting sucked into one giant congealed blob of precipitation. So
Sounds like
we booked
everything up
it.
here.
Yeah, exactly. So we booked it, and I did the thing you're not supposed to do, which is you're not supposed to actually cross the bear's cage. You're supposed to wait in the notch for it to pass by, or you're supposed to continue going east or northeast to actually stay in the notch. Well, I was like, you know what? We're just going to cross real quick the bear's cage, and we're just going to get south of this storm so that way we can get down to that cell that would eventually become the base field cell. I always say base field and bass field. I like oscillate back and forth. So if you guys are hearing me and listening and wondering like what this guy's problem is, I apologize. It just like comes out different ways, different times. But yeah, we cut through it, and the RFD that hit for about 2 or 3 minutes, it was enough. I mean, that day had crazy thermos, obviously, and crazy kinematics, and so the RFD was just out of this world. Definitely the strongest RFD I've ever experienced. Directly was on that storm, and I don't even remember what town that storm was by, but it was probably 70, 75 mile per hour straight line winds, and it was definitely lifting one side of the car a little bit off the road. So she was getting scared. She was worried it was the actual tornado, and I was just playing. You know, I was playing just to keep her calm. Just keep driving, sweetheart. We're gonna be okay. I can see the clearing up ahead. We're gonna get out of this. And then night and day, like all of a sudden we're just in the clear, and there's no more rain, there's no more wind, and boom.
Gabe, knowing you, you probably were like, "We're gonna die. We're gonna die."
And weaponized anxiety says, will that happen on the tour next year? No, it will not. We will never, none of our coaches will ever, with other people in the vehicle, cross the path of the tornado into the bear's cage if we are situated north of it. That's never going to happen unless there's
You
like,
don't want
yeah,
you don't
unless
want
it's
a
like five
tempest.
to 10 miles out to the east and the area is completely cleared and we've driven far enough away that we can actually do it without having to be impacted by the bear's cage. Yeah, we would never do that if there were other people with us. It's a good way to get your tour van rolled. Those things have high profile, so if we had attempted to do that in a tour van, that the van would have definitely rolled.
May 28th, 2019 be like.
Never chase Dixie Alley, says Joshua Met. Ain't that the PSA when Trey does the shorts? We don't say never. I mean, okay. So this is obviously something too greedy that I've seen you talking with people about as well. You got to use the clickbaity thumbnails, the clickbaity titles. So if you watch the content, we don't say never chase Dixie Alley. If you just read the headlines, I can understand why it would come off that way. So let's see. So Gabe will be pulling us out of ditches. I don't know when this turned into. The tour is basically going to be like the opening scene of Saving Private Ryan, but apparently that's where we're at.
Twister's opening.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay. JG Wentworth says, would you rather live in New Jersey for the rest of your life or never see a tornado again? Or I guess if you haven't seen one yet, never see a tornado.
Man, that's hard because like both are hellish. Both is like worst case scenario. I think I would compromise living in New Jersey though because I love tornadoes.
So you would stay in New Jersey if it meant you did get to see a tornado.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Okay. Do you have plans to move away from there at some point?
Hopefully.
Okay.
Depends on if I can afford to. The moment I
We
can
need to
afford to,
start
I'm probably. leaving.
We need to start like a chaser house, like one of those TikTok hype houses or something. Just get a bunch of chasers in a house. That's honestly, that sounds like hell. I would not do that, and I wouldn't recommend anyone else doing it.
Yeah, yeah, that's understandable. I wouldn't want to live with other chasers for like a very prolonged period of time. A month at most. That's
Yeah,
gonna be my limit though.
yeah, yeah. Weaponized Anxiety asks, "Where is your favorite place to chase among the Mid-Atlantic slop?" I know you already mentioned the Delmarva area. Is that what you would go with as your absolute favorite, or is there another hidden gem or two that you might want to mention here?
Southeast Pennsylvania, mainly Lancaster County. It's Amish country. You have a lot of hills and it's like almost all fields.
Yeah, and it doesn't count if you hit an Amish person in a cart either. So you're off the hook there.
Yeah, the only thing that sucks is like Amish buggies because they'll be stuck behind one while you have this rare photogenic supercell to your south and you're like move may
You
third be
know
like.
what would be a really cool YouTube video, like Mr. Beast style, is if we actually had a setup in Southeast Pennsylvania and we did chasing, but it had to be in a buggy. So we just got everybody together in one area, started off, and the Amish people are like teaching Reed Timmer like how you actually get the horses to go and turn and everything. And then we just have camera crews following each chaser along for the day.
It was funny because there's this one time it was March 22nd. We were coming me and JG Wentworth were coming back from a chase and we like at some point, I think it was your intercourse PA. Yeah, laugh, haha. But we like passed like 20 Amish buggies on like within like 5 minutes. It was pretty funny.
I don't know what they're doing out on the road. Like, are they allowed to read the forecasts, or is that against the Mennonite religion as well? I don't know.
Yeah, we have to ask Amish people if they have pivotal weather.
Yeah, people are not interested in living with other storm chasers. I think that's a good idea. I will set that shit on fire, says JG Whitworth. So that sounds about right. I am doing a show. Someone asked me if we're doing a show. All right.
Very important show.
It is the very important show. It is the staff spotlight. How do you chase Dixie Alley? That's the neat part you don't. Good Trey meme there. All right. North Carolina is a hidden gem, says, is that Taugi or Taugi 84? You have all types of terrain to chase from mountains and foothills and Piedmont to coastal plain. All right, I see that a lot. Piedmont. What the hell does that mean? Do you know?
I I it sounds familiar. It's like it's something like I think I know, but it's like as of right now, it's not there. I would love to chase North Carolina though, because the thing is like out of all the states on the East Coast, they actually get shit. April 16th, 2011, be like.
And B chiming in and says Mennonites are not Amish, as that's a distinction without a difference. They're both groups of people that I don't understand, so I'm just going to put them into the same bucket. All right, let's go over to the office hours questions channel. Somebody must have posted in group coaching questions. They caught their mistake though, so good job. You don't have to get
We have to ban them now.
yeah, we don't have to berate them live on air. Nomadland asks, "Why are you green?" Yeah,
Uh,
where did that come from? What's the origin of the Greenie
it
Boy
was just my
WX
favorite
name?
color. I made it like I don't even know why I made it exactly. It just came up with it, and I was like, okay, I'll just stick with this. I like
Maybe
green.
I'll
It's like
change
my
my name
favorite
to
color.
Yellowy. Maybe I'll change my name to Yellowy Boy WX.
Good idea. Definitely doesn't roll off the tongue as well though.
No, Greenie's a good name. Greenie's a good name. Radar Shark WX asks, "Why does the tornado go burr?"
you have storm, and it goes spin, and then it touched ground, and then there you go, tornado.
Okay, this one's funny. Pezex WX asks how many tornadoes have you seen? And then somebody just reacted with a big X emoji.
Some people won't count it, but one.
Okay, tell me about it because I have some strong opinions about this.
It was March. I think. Yep. I know what Jason's about to say. Um. Oh, hi, John. Also, do not let Jason up. Whatever you do, don't let him up. I will leave. Um. So basically, and don't worry, Jason. I'll be honest. We were probably like one of the only people or chasers to get a tornado that day, because it was like well, tornado bust of the year besides like May 18th. Um, the only other person who got a tornado was probably, I think, Destroyer, and he got a tornado in North Carolina. Um,
That makes me
but
upset.
at the at the beginning of for like the main event, the main round of storms, it slopped out. It went to complete shit. And I remember we were sitting in Southeast Pennsylvania just pondering our life choices, because this was bad. It performed awfully. And then I was using StormNet for the first time, and around the time the cold front was coming through, it actually had like a little nocturnal risk for tornadoes in Delmarva. And I was just like, you know what? Let's go for it. What else do we have to lose? Um and it was probably like the biggest clutch up at the time, because I was like, the cold front's going to have a bunch of kinematics, and we still have 60 dew points in the peninsula, so that plus just a little bit of heat might be enough to get that cold front going, especially with really cooked wind shear. And yeah, the moment the cold front hit past the Chesapeake, there were like multiple couplets forming along the line, and we were basically booking it south from towards like Queen Anne and Greensboro, um, Maryland. And I saw this one couplet that started to really tighten up along the line, and that was the one I went for. When we went through, I think it was Greensboro, it went tornado warned, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try. This was like my mistake, is that I was relying too much on radar, which is like the worst thing you can do, especially at night. And I was like, I think we have enough time. I'm gonna try to get south of the path, because if you can get south, it'll just move to your north, and you're in a good spot, because if it occludes, it'll go north instead of going south. Yeah, it turns out we didn't have enough time. We were about to turn east, and just to our south, where the tornado was, we saw the sky light up blue, and we're like, yeah, that's way too close. We booked it. We immediately aborted and did our escape route, which was basically just back the way we came, back north. And immediately everything went to shit. Like it was pretty scary. It was pretty scary, but you know, mistakes happen. It was my first tornado, and at least, hey, at least I'm not like most dweebies that are like, hey, I did nothing wrong. Let me do it again.
I'm actually a huge fan, despite the fact that I'm the CEO of a storm chasing coaching company. I'm a huge fan of people who, if they're going to go do stuff wrong, to make sure they have the video cameras recording. I'm not going to lie and
Yeah.
say it's not entertaining to watch when people do absolutely stupid nonsense, and you end
That
up
was the
getting to
funny
watch a
thing.
video of someone like praying for their lives in their vehicle because they got too close and didn't pay attention.
Jason didn't start his GoPro. He had a GoPro on his dashboard, and he didn't start it. He had one job.
So, did you actually see the tornado with your eyes, or did you just intuit that the tornado was there?
So we didn't. we didn't really get a good look at it because the thing is we were driving through a patch of trees, but I did look at the path, and the road in which those power flashes happened was where the tornado crossed. So
But
I'm
that's
pretty
that's
sure.
not what
I'm
I
very
asked though.
sure that.
Did you see it? Did
No.
you see it? No. Okay, it doesn't count then. I'm sorry. That's the rules.
Okay. Okay, Gabe. You're just
All right.
jealous.
I actually made a Chaser Chat episode about this like 4 years ago because I was so tired of people like posting pictures on Twitter where they would mess around with all of the different lighting features and like make it backlit and then draw line like squiggly lines like they're an NFL commentator drawing X's and O's on the screen for like a pass route or something. And they would say, you can see the tornadoes like right back in here. Like, so I'm going to count this. I definitely saw a tornado. It's like, no, if you didn't see it with your eyeballs in the moment, it doesn't count.
I mean, to be fair, it was a QLCS tornado. To actually see it with our own eyes, we'd probably have to like 0 meter it.
Do what you got to do, my friend. Fortune
Please
favors the
don't.
bold.
I'm not gonna rage quit.
Okay. Did someone ask you if you were going to rage quit?
Yeah,
Okay,
nomad
JG
land.
Wentworth. That's great. He's green because green starts with another word with G. Okay.
I
I'll
know what
let you
he's trying to
guys
say.
I'll let you guys know. All right. Insanest Northeast Chaser. We saw a power flash. We did not see a funnel. Okay. All right. Let's see.
It's the Mid Atlantic, so I think I should count it because it's a tornado up here is rare enough.
Weaponized Anxiety says I just realized it was Delmarva, not Dumb Marva. I think both work, honestly. The Dumb Marva, that'll get it done.
But yeah, I will say though, it was pretty crazy seeing a CC drop on a storm we were driving towards.
This guy nearly got us rolled.
No,
No, you.
no.
We sheltered under the canopy of a Turkey Hill gas station. The disturbing reality. Radar Shark. You guys are too funny in the chat, man. I'll tell you what. Chat definitely carries these shows, whether it's office hours, group coaching, other shows like this. Chat is the real MVP. You
I
you
didn't
guys
say
crack
keep
me up,
going.
man.
The moment we saw
You
the
just
power flashes, we all agreed that we should immediately turn around.
Tauji84 says two biggest things I'm terrified of as a chaser: give the NWS incorrect info, be the subject of Skip Talbot's next chaser safety video. Yeah.
True.
Yeah, it's like if you get an email from Skip Talbot asking if he can talk with you about a video that he's working on, you know you really stepped in it at that point.
We should get Skip Talbot on here though. That'd be
I'm
like
I'm
super
trying.
peak.
That's actually like a long-term dream of mine is to get him as part of Storm Chaser coaching. Yeah, Jen, that is where the same supercell, same tornado comes from. I actually the podcast was titled "The Official Rules of Storm Chasing," and that was one of the rules as well. If it's the same supercell, it's the same tornado. You don't get to count like, oh, it dropped 17 funnels. You saw one tornado. One tornado.
That's bullshit. I'm just saying.
And then Nomad Land asks you to not rage quit. I think no, I think you're doing fine. It's all we're taking it all in stride. Taking it all in stride. All right. Let's go over to the questions channel now. We've got a lot of those. Has Tofu learned how to aim the camera at a supercell yet?
I'm sorry, my brain went blank. Oh, okay. Has Tofu learned how to aim a yes, finally.
Which state has the worst drivers? Asks JG Wentworth.
From my experience, I have like here. I'll list my top three. Number one is Massachusetts. Number two is my state, and number three is Maryland.
Massachusetts hasn't been too bad for me. It's not that they're the worst drivers, as in they're incompetent. It's that everybody's so impatient. They're actually like honking their horn at you to go before the light even turns green.
Yeah, the thing about MA though, it's like the first time I went to like near MA or went into MA, immediately like the drivers went down in quality. Like we just saw so much stupid bullshit. I feel like oh yeah, Jason, we went to MA, we went to Springfield and Monson to look for damage and yeah, we saw like 3 crashes. I wouldn't say PA drivers. All the bad PA drivers I've encountered were from the city. Outside the city, though, they're fine. But yeah, most of the PA drivers in my state are from, like, the city, from Philly. Yeah, Philly drivers are their own breed of awful drivers.
Apparently, there's a new term, engagement bait. I like that. Excellent portmanteau. Next question for you. Does it ever get lonely storm chasing? Asks Alan.
No, I
You're
wouldn't
usually
say
out with
so.
friends, right?
I'm usually out with friends, yeah.
Yeah. If you're chasing by yourself involuntarily, as in like you couldn't find someone to chase with you, I can imagine it could be pretty lonely. Then you have people who are on the other end of the spectrum, like a Pecos Hank, or an Aaron J. Jack, where they absolutely prefer to chase alone. They don't want to chase with a group.
I mean, I understand both. Like, with me, it's like when you have friends, you have extra eyes, and you don't have as high task saturation. Unlike if you're chasing alone, where you have to check radar, you have to check navigation, you have to also drive and things like that. It can be a pain.
Nomadland asks, "You're very close to a tornado. What do you do?"
Uh, Drive into it. Trust. Um,
I was
be
going to
Reed
say
Timmer.
stand still. Their vision is based on movement.
If you, in all seriousness, if you're close to a tornado, first thing you should do is see if it's coming at you, and if it's coming at you, you should have an escape route, and if you have one, then execute it.
Good call. Weaponized anxiety said, "I heard New York people suck at driving." So I heard
New
that as
York
well.
City.
Yeah, I drove. So I made a horrible decision like probably 12, 13 years ago. I rented a car and drove to New York City, which meant I had a rental car in downtown New York City, like literally Manhattan.
Ooh.
It wasn't so much that everybody was a bad driver, it's just they have like their own version of driving, which does not involve anything remotely similar to what I had experienced before in Ohio. Everybody was
There's
just
no such thing as offense. It's all
like
offense.
it was just like it was like make your own lane. Just figure out like there was no like this is the like structured order of the driving. It was more just like if there's nobody there and you need to go in that direction, that's a lane now. And if somebody is blocking you from getting there, you just honk and like the maneuvers people were pulling, like how close they were getting to other people's vehicles and like stopping and starting. I was amazed that people weren't running into each other. It was really crazy how much that I think that being packed so tightly together into a small geographical area was actually affecting the way people were just driving like normally. So it was a really different experience. I wouldn't say that they were bad. It was just a lot of like taxi drivers going crazy aggressive. And they seemed to be skilled enough because they weren't running into each other or running into people or buildings or anything like that. So I don't know. Maybe that was just a small sample size fallacy on my part, but it didn't seem too bad.
Yeah, if you want good drivers, just don't live in the Northeast or the Mid Atlantic. Just avoid the I-95 corridor in general. And yeah.
Probably a pretty good piece of advice. Stephen Cross wants to know, what is your favorite kind of tornado? And I'm going to add why. Why is it your favorite kind of tornado?
Hmm.
Which flavor do
It's
you like the best?
I have either evil but like fairly low precip wedges. Like you got like Bowdle. Oh, voice crack. You like Bowdle or Manchester or Lake City. Like wedges like that, I
Yeah.
love. Um, I just like when you have tornadoes that look evil. But of course, oh yeah, Moloka Hill, my favorite. Um,
Yeah, you talk
I
about
just
that
think they
one a
look
lot.
cool. Yes, I do. Um, Now, if I don't have a wedge, then I like my tall stovepipes. Campo. Campo Gary Wellfleet.
Joshua Met ALA says, "Gotta go, people. Enjoyed listening and reading the chat, mostly the chat, but yeah, I might return for another Discord live." I don't know if they intended to be funny, but that is funny. I enjoyed listening and reading the chat, mostly the chat.
Ow.
Sorry we weren't good enough for you, Joshua. Maybe you can go over to
Am I
Max
that boring?
Velocity server and he can give you a shout out on air.
I didn't think I'd be that boring.
No, you're not. I'm having a wonderful time. I'm excited that we're gonna get to have all of our wonderful folks who help make Storm Chaser coaching possible on the air at some point. It's gonna be really funny. The only thing that's disappointing is I already know some of the people who are going to turn it down instantly and they're not going to want to do the show. And that's sad to me because I want to be able to put everybody on the spot and torment them the same way I've done with you tonight.
Yeah, I know a few people who are probably not gonna wanna not come up here. Oh, another voice crack. Oh my voice is not happy with me right now.
You're
No,
going through
don't fire
puberty,
me.
man. That's okay. B wants to know what's the farthest you've ever gone to chase.
Ooh. I would say it would either be I think it was March 11th this year. And when no, March 22nd. We went all the way up just a little further east of State College. We were basically in the mountains trying to chase. All the storms liked State College and then they all died right before they got to us. Like 5 minutes before they would get to us, they would just slop out.
What is your opinion on gas station food? Asks Radar Shark WX.
I don't really have gas station food unless you want to consider Wawa gas station food, which in that case I would say Super Peak.
They have Sheetz out where you're from?
Yeah, in Pennsylvania they do.
Yeah,
In New Jersey, no.
Sheetz is the bomb. Nothing beats Sheetz as far as I'm concerned.
Wawa does.
Weaponized
I
Anxiety
know.
asks which coast.
I'm gonna start
Weaponized
like a
Anxiety
war.
asks which coach would you want to chase with the most and the least? I'm going to slightly modify that, Greenie. Date, marry, kill. Reed Timmer, Pecos Hank, Trey Greenwood.
I don't want to get sued by Reed Timmer, but immediately when I hear Reed Timmer, I think kill. I'm
Okay,
sorry, he
fair enough.
annoys me. Um, don't sue me, Reed, please. I don't actually mean it. Mary, that'd probably be Hank.
Okay, he seems like a
Um,
stable long-term partner. I can get behind that.
would date Mary kill? I think, and then date would do Trey.
Okay. He treats you right. It's not a bad call. All right. JG Wentworth wants to know, will the Aurora flip?
You have to ask Steven. Yeah, you have to ask Steven that.
Hi, Steven.
I think he left.
Jack Jester Bruner wants to know what is your, I'm going to guess that's what is your favorite chasing setup? So doesn't just have to be Northeast. Which setup do you see coming down the pipeline on the, 5-day or the 6-day or whatever, and think to yourself like, oh yeah, these are my favorite kind of setups to track. I hope I get to chase one of these someday.
Ooh, For up here though, it's like usually days when you have really good thermodynamics. The Northeast, usually when you get like elevated mix layers and they're actually able to transport over here, and you get like really good thermodynamics, specifically good lapse rates. Like those are days where I'm like, yeah, this could do something. And usually that's when you actually get like decent performance. Even if you don't have like the best wind shear, if you have good thermodynamics, I'll get it done here.
Yep. Toggy84, do you think phased array radar will replace NexRad before GTA 6 comes out?
No.
Hmm? You think
I
GTA
don't
6
think
will
I
act?
don't think phased array. Maybe this is a hot take for some people, but from what I've seen, I don't think a phased array is ready yet. There's a lot of issues I have with phased array when it comes to the quality of radar that it performs, that it gives out. I do think it'll have a good future though if they keep working on it.
You think GTA 6 will actually come out on time with the schedule that they've given?
Maybe we'll have to see. Probably not with how how it's been going.
Sanist asks, what about Canada? So I guess just open ended. What do you think about chasing in Canada?
I like how he asked me this, even though I already gave my opinions on Canada the other day. I would chase Canada if I had a passport and if you know there was a good setup up there. Like chasing Canada is difficult because it's inconsistent. Like some years it'll be really good, some years they get nothing.
Just get to the chat during the date, marry, kill question and got wild there for a minute. Got wild. What even
And
is this?
I am just
Asked
saying
someone.
I already discussed what got me into weather. A movie called
Yeah.
Twister. I'll leave it at that.
Radar Shark says JG Wentworth is raising their hand to come up on stage just in case you didn't know. Are we allowing this?
No.
Okay. Sorry, denied. B asks, what do you like best about working for SEC? And since she's your supervisor, you should probably think very long and hard before you answer this question.
I love working here. I have absolutely no issues with working at SEC. SEC is the best company of all time. Please give me more hours.
Listen, I think the thing that is the most fun for me about having you work for SEC is, and this isn't just you, this is a lot of people, still somehow after all this time, you take things that I say seriously, which leads to some hilarious scenarios where you think I
I'm a
don't like you
positive
for some
honest.
reason. Yeah, like you think I don't like you for some reason when I'm just playing around in the work chat or something, and like I have to be like, no, no, like it's a joke. I'm just joking. Like you're not in trouble. You're not fired. Like relax. So
Yeah, it's like you're my boss, so it's like I take what you say a little more serious. It's like it's like
yeah,
cuz I don't want to take what you're I don't want you to be serious and then for me to take what you say as a joke and then end up looking like an asshole.
yeah. No, it's trust me. If B can't get me to take anything seriously, I don't think anyone else is going to be able to do it.
Fair enough.
We have some pretty epic knockdown dragouts because of that. All
In
right,
all
Mac.
seriousness,
This is
I
a
do
good
enjoy
one.
working.
No, no, go ahead. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I do enjoy working for the company, and like I really appreciate being offered to work for the company. And it's like I actually enjoy doing what I do.
Yeah,
I
you're
have a
good at it
funny
too.
boss.
You're pretty good at crafting some memes for the social medias as well. Some of those memes that you guys see out there across our social media sites, those are Greenie originals. So excellent work.
For the next meme, should I upload one of the deep fried Steven images?
I'm fine with it. Like I think
Okay,
I was actually considering using one of those pictures for his next group coaching session just to see what people would say. So
please do,
yeah, I might
please.
I might do that. Magdump KY asks, which chaser could you beat in a fight?
Uh, I don't know.
I think Radar Shark is like 14. You could probably beat the snot out of that kid.
Okay, I'm not gonna beat up a 14-year-old.
I know, but I'm just saying, like hypothetically, if it came down to it and you had to.
I don't know. How tall is Reed Timmer? If he's really tall, I can use my shortness to my advantage. Punch him in the balls. I'm gonna get like a message from Reed Timmer, and he's gonna be like just talking the mean shit because he saw the video that's gonna be uploaded on YouTube.
Do what we take all these episodes. We have like 100 hours worth of content. We're slowly going through them and using an AI agent to clip out the highlights of the shows that will be eventually posted on social media. 100% posting that date, marry, kill with you talking about how you would kill Reed. That's 100% getting posted. It won't get posted like on the YouTube channel as official, but it's definitely getting posted on Twitter at some point.
Hey, listen, if Reed sees this, maybe he can actually like, maybe we can like talk, and maybe he can change my mind. See if
You
he's
can work
actually
it
like
out.
chill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe you can change your answer. You can marry Reed instead. All right, next question. Radar Shark asks, "What would happen if Iron Man flew into an F5?"
uh, depends on. Okay, give me an example of what F5, because F5 is like 200 plus. Give me an F5 or an EF5.
Jarvis, deploy the probe. JG
Dead.
Wentworth asks, JG Wentworth, right to the point, by the way, says, "Can I kill you?" So
No,
there you
not now.
go.
Let me see it. Let me actually see like a pretty tornado first. Um, so yeah, 300 plus. Yeah, you should just if you want an example of what Iron Man would look like, get the oil rig that got hit by El Reno Piedmont, and that's what Iron Man would look like.
Okay. Now, what about Captain America's shield? Because he could probably block
Uh,
all the debris with it's vibranium, so he can probably block all that debris.
I mean, to be fair, the winds will probably like throw him around. Not Edgar O'Neill, bro.
Got to do the sea lion,
Nah.
whatever. The sea lion, yeah. Everybody do the sea lion.
Any other
Uh,
questions?
yeah, we do. I'm going through chat here. Next question. What's your go-to weather app for chasing? And obviously, talk about the one that you've used in the past. But in the future, all of the SEC moderators and staff all getting access to the awesome new WeatherFront browser app, which is absolutely freaking phenomenal. All of you regular folks are going to get a chance to experience it within the next couple of weeks, month at the latest. But I think Weatherfront is going to be the answer moving forward for most people because it's just incredible what they've done.
Yeah, I feel like as of right now, I would say Radar Scope. I think it's an extremely reliable app. I rarely have issues with it. Um, I don't really use any other weather apps besides that. I've only recently been starting to expand. Mainly, I started using StormNet, which I found all right. It's been reliable sometimes, sometimes not really. Um, but it's basically a model, so it's what you should expect.
Saying this just says North Dakota. I don't know if there's an inside joke there, but
We love North Dakota.
Weaponized Anxiety wants to know who is the chaser that you've learned the most from?
Ooh, I would say Pecos Hank and Skip Talbot. Those are like the two chasers I kind of strive to be like, um, because I think they're both extremely respectable chasers. They don't try to pretend like like they're super important. They don't really have a savior complex or anything like that. That that's an issue I feel like a lot of big social media chasers have nowadays. But I feel like Hank and Skip especially don't have that. So I learn a lot, and also with Skip, he makes a lot of informative videos. You should watch Skip Talbot's storm spotting video.
Yeah, Skip Talbot is, I would say, probably more than anything else outside of Trey's YouTube channel, Convective Chronicles, and the main inspiration for starting Storm Chaser coaching.
Honestly, I think that's really good because I think again that's why I want him on here at some point because I feel like especially with how safety based he is, I feel like it would be a really good he would be a really good person to have up, even just for one, even just for one thing.
Did Okay, so saying this Northeast Chaser saying don't promote WeatherFront, it's AI slop. First of all, we're partnered with WeatherFront, so we're obviously gonna freaking promote them. Second of all, what makes you think it's AI slop? Is it just the fact that they've potentially used like Claude code? I don't know if they have, by the way. I know nothing about their development process, but if you have a problem with the fact that they might have used like chat like OpenAI Codex or Claude Code or something like that. That's like every single company that does coding at this point. Like nobody's writing code by hand anymore.
I will keep my opinions to myself.
Okay, and I see JG Wentworth. Okay, you know what? We got a couple of minutes left here, Greenie. I hope you don't mind if we go long because I've seen enough. All right. How old is JG Wentworth? Sanist is also around the same age as you, right?
Uh, yeah, they're basically like my age.
Okay, listen, kids, not just you two, but any of you other kids that are out there. This is a lesson. You're probably going to scoff at it and think that I'm just some retarded 40-year-old. That's fine. But listen, you
Don't
can't
say that. You're
just
gonna get canceled, bro.
you can't just fight against technological progress. You can try to steer it in a direction that is actually more useful than harmful. But this, I see it with so many young people. It's actually insane. Like AI is not going to stop being developed. It's only going to become more ubiquitous in everything that you do. And if you think that you should be boycotting Weatherfront or not promoting Weatherfront because they vibe code, which by the way, vibe code is just a term that's roughly analogous to coding at this point. No self-respecting company is doing their coding by hand anymore because it's just far too inefficient. Now, obviously, each individual company's mileage may vary, how much they actually do in terms of evaluating and providing any sort of correction to that code by hand after the fact. That's actually a big problem. Do they check for security bugs and all that stuff? Sure, that's a problem, but you guys got to get with the future, which is crazy that like the older generation is telling the younger generation, you guys got to like actually come into the modern era. But it's just annoying to me how many young people I see without any sort of nuance in their opinion, just shouting about shit that they really know very little about. So I didn't mean to be the mean papa here on this show, Greenie, but I see enough talk about it in the server that something has to be said.
I will again keep my opinions to myself.
No, this is a good one. Let's get into it, Grady. Tell me what it's about. What's up?
Uh, I personally disagree with a lot of what you said, but I don't feel like getting into some sort of debate or argument.
What about
I
him
will
personally?
politely I will agree to disagree.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, all I can say is everybody who decides to stick with Radar Scope can have a fun time clicking between 743 different tabs instead of using an awesome one-stop shop that has everything in one place. But to each their own. All right. Sorry, Greenie. I didn't mean to kill the mood. By the way, you gotta punch back a little bit. I gave you a chance. I stuck my chin out and you barely tapped me.
Yeah, it's like I'm just not in the mood to discuss this right now. No offense. It's like
All
I
right.
didn't join to debate on morals and topics like AI.
Fair enough. Is staff furry roleplay real? JG Wentworth, you're gonna have to actually put in the work to become a moderator if you want to get access to the secret channels. That's all I'm gonna say. Wilson says hello
Hello.
from a pace setter trailer. I'm not sure what that's about. Do you know what a Wilson pace setter trailer is?
No, I do not.
It's an image of that. Greenie, will you hit the sea lion?
No.
Nomadland, what's your favorite hobby to do when nothing's happening? Have any pets?
I have a dog and two cats. When it comes to other hobbies, I like fishing. I enjoy fishing when it's actually nice out and I can actually get outside.
What kind of
I
fishing do you
also
do?
I do freshwater. I mainly fish for like bass.
Bass or bass?
Bass. It's pronounced
Bass.
bass, Gabe.
Okay, well, I just wanted to make I have trouble with that, okay? I just wanted to make sure.
Mhm.
And then 5,000 joules per kilogram. Our boy Sanist and Radar Shark both typed Nebraska, and those are the last questions of the evening. Do you have anything to say about Nebraska?
I love Nebraska. Nebraska is based and it loves to cook. If you want cool tornadoes, go to Nebraska. Especially the sandhills.
Questions closed. I see Radar Shark typing. I'll let you get that last one in. So let's see what they have cooked up. No, don't Nebraska. Okay, those aren't even questions. They're just typing Nebraska again. But okay, yep. Great job. Great work, everyone.
I love how like half of these weren't even like actual questions. I had a
Of
feeling it
course
was gonna
not.
be like this. I was actually hoping for like more actual questions.
Like actual
But yeah,
questions about chasing in the Northeast and stuff like that.
or like how I do things. Or like
Well,
things like that.
one of the things that
No, I know.
I've talked to one of the things I've talked to you about, Greenie, and I really hope you do this in the future, is we have that event coverage stage in the voice channels down at the bottom. It's a stage, it's not a voice chat, so everybody can't join and start talking. They can be part of the audience, and then you or any other person from SEC who has moderator or above permissions can actually go in there and share screen and start talking about stuff. So I think it's a cool way for you or for anyone else if you want to showcase some of what you're thinking about for a particular setup, if you want to actually follow along in real time and kind of do what a lot of the other streamers like Ryan and Max and those guys do. Or if you ever just want to go in there, if anyone on our team is looking at a setup, feel free to go in there, share the weather models and take a look around and see what's going on. I'm sure there will be people that'll want to join in and ask questions and talk. And I think one of the most important things to remember too, and this is actually really good advice that I've taken to heart that I got a long time ago, which is that everybody can be a teacher to someone. Doesn't really matter what your experience level is. If you have some experience, a kindergarten teacher teaches children how to write their name and the alphabet and numbers and stuff like that. Obviously, people who are more advanced than that, they don't need a kindergarten teacher, but there are plenty of people who need a kindergarten teacher or a fifth grade teacher or a high school teacher or whatever the case may be. So, there's always someone that's, probably wanting to learn something and they'd be more than happy to jump in there. So just, encouragement to everyone on our team, including you, Greenie. If you want to utilize that event coverage channel, feel free to hop in there.
I might do it more often. It's just sometimes I get overwhelmed because it's like when I'm on a stage, as like right now I'm quite anxious. Also, hi Luna, hi Grace. I saw you just joined. Um, so it's just like it's a bit weird talking in front of people.
Yeah, and feel free. I know you have some buddies on the server and stuff as well. If you ever want to bring one of them up to riff with you while you're talking about the setup and stuff, I kind of put it down in the voice channel area deliberately so people wouldn't confuse it with these are our coaches talking about the setup and everything. But yeah, I do think that could be a place that's more structured for people to have I almost think of it as like just an open educational environment for people who are interested in that sort of thing.
Who knows? Maybe I'll become a coach like from a year from now. Who knows?
Hey, you put in the work. I would not be opposed to it. The only thing I'm gonna do is never mind. I won't be mean. I already. All right. I'll be nice. You can
No, be
yeah.
me.
You know what?
Say it. Come on.
Used to listen to this podcast, says Radar Shark, The Science of Birds. I don't even know what that means. Do you have an eBird account? That's insane.
Me? No.
Should we do like birdcoaching.com? Can we spin up a new site? BirdwatcherCoaching.com.
You know Grace would like that.
I'm watching slow motion train wreck unfold as B and Sanist are going at each other's throats over Gen AI. I'm sorry I said anything. Listen, I get passionate about it because I just want to see young people succeed, and I think that they're sitting on their own hands. I get it that some of you guys disagree, but apparently we have set something into motion that will not be easy to undo. So I apologize for that. I don't really apologize for that, but I do kind of apologize for that. Somewhere in the middle between apologizing and not apologizing. Apologizing is kind of where I land here. the Edgar sea lion. Greenie, on the top 10 list of all-time gifts, where does the Edgar sea lion rank?
Pretty far up there. The fact that man, actually like thought of that, recorded it, and then uploaded it is beyond me.
I love it. I love that we get little gems like that. Beautiful. that dude rocking on his car. Jen, have you seen the it's like a TikTok trend, I guess, like everybody do the sea lion? All right.
It is funny because I see Edgar all the time when I'm on doing social media and I open TikTok. Like half of the time when I open TikTok to do like SVC social media, the first person I see is Edgar, and I'm immediately like, and anything he does is like makes me cringe. I'm sorry that I'm talking shit about a lot of people, but like half of his
No,
stuff isn't
listen,
even chasing. Half of it isn't even chasing. It's him doing dances.
All my interactions I've had with Edgar, for the most part, have been cordial and seems like a nice enough guy. So that's pretty much all I
mean,
have
who
to say
knows?
there.
Maybe if I do end up going out this year, I'll meet him, and maybe my mind will get changed. I do hope that I get to meet a bunch of people. I would love to meet a lot of chasers that I only get to like see online, and I would actually like to talk and engage with a lot of chasers because you can only get to know them so much online.
What would be really cool is if when you first saw him, you just ran up to his car and just hit the sea lion on top of his vehicle instead of saying hi or anything else. That would be incredible. But
I should do that on the TIFF too.
yeah, 100%. All right. You want to know something interesting, Greenie?
What?
You know that Socrates actually was against writing, the written word, because he believed that once people had the ability to record their thoughts, it would essentially allow them to no longer be thoughtful and consider things because they wouldn't have to commit them to memory and actually uh, formulate their own thoughts about them. They could just read what other people wrote or what they had written down at a previous time. And there is a certain amount of truth to that. Absolutely. Any new technology, by definition, is going to make things easier for people than they were previously. If that wasn't the case, then it wouldn't actually be a technology. But I think we can all agree writing has probably been a net positive for humanity over the last 4,500, 5,000 years or so. So just some food for thought with the battle raging on in the chat right now, which is wonderful and awful at the same time. Thank you all for joining us here for Staff Spotlight. Questions were wonderful. Greenie was even better. Reed Timmer's going to die. And What a wild
I'm
ride.
gonna get sued by Reed. I'm gonna get like a message from Reed's lawyer being like, yeah, you shouldn't have said this. You're gonna get sued. It's gonna be the moist critical situation all over again.
Moist critical, even moist critical too, even moister. All right, Granny. Everyone,
I don't actually like hate Reed Timmer though. There's things I don't like about him, but I don't actually hate him.
all right, everyone. Granny, take care, man.
Bye bye.